What happens in this election next 60 days?
Well, let me tell you, I have no idea. Do you?
I know, but I can't reveal. I'll say this, Trump is winning. You know, that's a fact.
Wait. I 100% agree with you. However, is that going to be reported that way?
Well, it's interesting. Of course not. But it's striking how many of the public polls, the media polls, are designed to mislead.
Yes.
So this is not a conspiracy theory. Wikipedia does not acknowledge it, but it is a fact that a lot of public polls are designed to encourage or discourage certain constituencies, including people in Congress. And so the only polls that you can actually trust are the ones done internally by the campaigns, which are not publicly released, because the point of those polls is to drive their behavior. So they actually want to know how they're doing in Wisconsin or Pennsylvania. They're not showing it to anybody. They're just trying to figure out how much they should spend. So they have no incentive to lie at all. And they have a lot of money and every incentive to hire the best pollsters in the world, both sides, by the way. And so the internals I happen to know this, the internals on both sides are showing Trump significantly ahead in the battleground states. And that would, look, that's as of, just to be totally clear, that is as of Monday when I got that fact. And that would include Arizona. So, which is a state that I thought was moving in the other direction.
Yeah.
So, and there are a lot of reasons for that. One of them is a lot of, non-traditional Republicans or non-traditional, people who haven't voted Republican before are voting for Trump, or say they are. So as of right now, Trump is ahead. The Harris campaign knows that, which is why they're blaming Russia again. But what could happen in the next 6 weeks that changes that? I don't see.
I honestly think the only thing that could change that is one of two things: massive corruption, and our side believing you can't overcome that massive corruption. That is absolutely not true. But I think it's like 3 in 10 Christians vote. Did you know that?
3 in 10?
Something like that. It's a very low number. It's not what you would expect. If our churches would just say, go out and vote, and use the scriptures to tell you the difference between right and wrong. You know this, my gosh, that we're fighting the same battle we have fought from the very beginning. This is as old as the Tower of Babel. It's as old as Satan being cast out. What did Satan say? I'll bring them all back to you, Father. I'll bring them all back, but I want the credit. I'll tell them what to do, and you won't lose any of them. Okay? Jesus said, send me. They're going to make mistakes, but I will sacrifice myself. I will die so they can live again. Which one did God choose? Jesus. We're having the same argument. All of these politicians are saying, give me the credit. I'll tell them exactly what to do. Nobody will be hurt. Nobody's going to be running with a stick that could poke out their eye. Nobody will have guns, and if that doesn't work, nobody will have knives. Nobody will have choice, because nobody can fail, because that causes problems. That's Satan's plan. That's not Jesus. That's Satan. Choice. God believes in individual choice. He sent us here knowing we would fail and sin, but that is for our own good. If I wasn't an alcoholic, I wouldn't be who I am today. You can either wallow in your problems, or you can conquer them and put them in the right place, in the rear view mirror, because you've learned from it and it no longer has power on you. That's the plan of God.
Have you ever, you've obviously been really successful, but looking back, honestly, have you ever learned anything except through suffering and failure?
Don't listen to this. No.
Right.
Right. The only thing I have learned in the height of my success, I have learned walk away. If it wasn't for my alcoholism and, quite honestly, my baptism and redemption, there's no way that there's no way I would have survived Fox. I walked in, and you know this, if you're successful and you'll play ball, they'll give you everything you want. You can do anything. You'd be amazed at what we can make go away. You'll be amazed how grateful we would be.
All this can be yours.
All this can be yours. Right? And that's true. And what happens is people get in, and then, I mean, I know you, well, I don't know. Maybe you don't feel this way. But I think fame and fortune is battery acid to the soul. And
you think?
Yeah. And you have to have a different, you have to know that from the get-go. Because when you are famous, it's fleeting. And so you constantly, the game that I can't believe I'm saying this.
Please do. This is really interesting and true.
When I left Fox, I went to start my own thing. And if you remember, everybody said, nobody's going to watch any video online. They won't watch you online. And they were right at the beginning because we were so early. We were before HBO. We were before HBO. We were before Netflix and Amazon. And the problem was buffering, that little wheel that kept spinning.
I remember that.
Right?
Dial-up was slow.
Yeah. So we were just way too far ahead of the game. But everybody said, that's nuts. Well, when you go, and I have high risk tolerance when I feel like, no, this is what we're supposed to do. And I went into it, and you walk off the stage at Fox, and now you're on a platform that is buffering, and you're no longer, I know you felt this before. When I was at Fox, it was like you could feel the White House move. You could feel did you ever feel this way?
No one in my family ever acknowledged what I did for a living, so when I get home, there was like literally no mention of anything I'd ever done during the day.
Oh, no,
not one word. And so I kind of would forget about it, and then I get back to work and be like, whoa, this is too much.
Yeah, no. My wife used to think I was funny. Not anymore. I mean, you're not a prophet in your own house, okay?
No.
My folks are like, right, Dad. I mean, when I was on the air, I could feel the impact, okay? And that's pretty intoxicating. It's so dangerously intoxicating. And I could feel it. And I didn't like it. And I left, and I should say, I didn't like it because part of me really liked it.
Exactly.
Okay? And so I had to get out of there. I mean, my prompting was, if you don't leave now, you won't leave with your soul. I want my soul.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. We hope you'll subscribe to it. And by the way, you can hit the little bell on there and get notifications every time we produce a video. We hope you'll do that also.